Pete from Cheap Homesteading, and today I got a package from Amazon. And if you've been around the channel for a little while, you see that every year I hatch out my own chicks. It is really important to have the capability of you raising your own chicks. The reason being is I find, the chicks could be like $1 each, but at least in Canada, they added delivery fee to it. The chicks that are $1 for each chick turn into $1 for each chick plus $50 delivery fee, which if you get any amount of chicks at all, it turns out to be $100. And you can put $100 towards an incubator instead of just buying the chicks one time. So I think it's really important to have the capability of raising your own chicks every year to supplement your flock. My first incubator was a 7-egg incubator because I didn't have much money, and I just thought, you know what, I want to buy one of those cheap incubators, see if they work. And it kind of worked. It wasn't that great. We had some success, but it wasn't consistent. But I was flicking through Amazon and I saw this new 9-egg incubator, and it kind of intrigued me because I thought, you know what, if you don't have much money and you want to buy just a cheap incubator, can you get a cheap incubator that actually works, that can consistently hatch out eggs? And in my mind, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to. I'm thinking that cheap 7-egg incubator I started off with probably didn't have enough space in it, so there's a lot of temperature fluctuations, and that was a lot of the problem why that one wasn't consistent. But this new style incubator is it's bigger. I'm thinking that it's going to be a lot better, and I just want to try out an incubator, entry-level incubator. This one here is the cheapest incubator on Amazon Canada. I looked on Amazon US, and there's one or two that are a little cheaper, but this is definitely an entry-level incubator. And I'm gonna unbox it, we're gonna look at it, see what it looks like, we're gonna throw some eggs in it. You won't get an update from that today, but at least you get to see it, setting it up, working, see what it looks like anyways. So let's start opening it. So these incubators are sold under a bunch of different names. This is an Ease Simply. I've seen Hobol and Yetta, and they all look like the same incubator. They just put their name on it. So if you have any of those, this is pretty much the same incubator. Okay, so it actually feels relatively sturdy. It doesn't feel flimsy. It feels really quite like solid, so that's kind of impressive. Take the plastic off the lid. The lid actually seems solid. So we got the cord, and we got a little book. Okay, so that actually looks really, really good. Okay, so this is what the incubator looks like inside. One thing I do like, there is a plastic tray that I can't get it out. It comes out relatively easy, but there you go. It moves, you can take it out and you can wash it. That is a big problem with that other incubator I had, was it was very hard to clean. This thing looks like it's a lot cleaner. We've got the temperature sensor right there. It looks like it has lots of air vent holes around. So I feel like for a forced air cheap incubator, I kind of think this thing may work. And they gave you the little booklet, the mini intelligent 9-egg incubator. That thing, we'll keep that. We're gonna start incubating some eggs. I read the book, and it says they want to put water on the sponge, start up the incubator for 20 minutes before you put the eggs in. It's probably to make sure that everything's working good. It doesn't get too hot or whatever. Plug this in. Okay, it's hard to see. It is actually nice that this is waterproof. there's the temperature. This one here, it's hard to see, but that's showing that the temperature's on. This is another thing that's actually really quite nice. You get your sponge all soaked. You put it in the incubator in that tray. That's all you do. We are gonna put the lid on for 20 minutes and see if it comes up to temperature. Okay, so I've had it plugged in for about 10 minutes and it is fully up to temperature. So it seems like the incubator's very capable of actually bringing it up to temperature, which is a good sign. These are the buttons to raise it. You got to hit this gear button first, and then you can raise and lower your temperature. Very cool feature that most of these new incubators or cheap incubators don't have is a candle lighter. That is absolutely awesome. They have a built-in candle lighter, and I didn't actually even see that when I bought it. So you just turn it on and off. That's awesome. You don't even have to take the eggs out. You can probably actually see it. So we're gonna let this sit just for about another 10 minutes, make sure that the temperature stays steady, and then we'll put the eggs in. Okay, I wanna show you something too. It's got a low temperature alarm. So if it gets cool in there, it will start beeping, which is a handy feature. Because some of the cheap ones didn't do that, and then your eggs would be getting cold if something happened. I've hatched out my eggs for the last few years, and I thought, you know what, we need to get a little more genetics in the coop. So I went out and I bought a bunch of eggs for incubating. So that is what I did, and this guy had a bunch of different eggs, and some are the green eggs, and I think that's kind of cool. I'll make sure that all the green eggs are in. We're gonna try to hatch out as many as we can. I don't know what chickens raise green eggs, but that is pretty darn cool. So when you're choosing the eggs, you make sure you get your eggs within 4 to 7 days. You keep them below 15 degrees, 10 to 15 degrees. I disinfect them. Some people say you shouldn't. I've had more luck with disinfecting eggs. What I do is gently wash them off if they're dirty, and then I gently dip them in like a little bit of bleach and water solution. Pick them out, put them on the towel, dry them up. Don't rub them too much or anything like that. So that's how I disinfect them, because I find when you put them in there, it's like a really humid environment for 21 days. And if there's any dirt or any cracks, the eggs are gonna go bad. And if you've smelled an egg that's gone bad, it's just horrible. So, instructions says you put the point down. This thing is gonna beep the whole time that I am trying to put this in. I don't know if there's a way to stop it, but we're gonna do that. So, when you get your egg, point down. Let's put this on and let it come up to the temperature. Okay, so what do I think of the incubator? You know what, I don't know how well it's gonna hatch, but looking at it now, the plastic is sturdy. It's got a lot of features that a bigger incubator has, like it's got a candler. The buttons are easy to adjust the temperature. It really does seem like it's very well built. Another big bonus for this thing is there's lots of room to put oversized eggs. My 7-egg incubator, you couldn't put big eggs in it, you couldn't put the lid on it. And I think that might have been part of the problem. There's just not enough room. The thing I don't like about it is this plug is so easy to get popped out. I just know it wouldn't take much to pull this out. Your kids or someone just pops the plug out not knowing, that would be awful. So the only thing I don't like is how sturdy the plug goes into the actual incubator. But you know what, we can kind of get around that. So I am going to make a bunch of update videos along the way, and I will put the links to them in the description as I make them. So you know what, this would be a very good entry-level incubator for someone that has a little bit of land or trying to raise some chickens in the backyard, hobby farm, homesteading. You do need the capability of actually raising your own chickens without actually going out and buying more. As I make more videos, I'll put them in the description, but that's about enough for today, and you guys have a good one.